Hey guys, I'm Grestar, and how about we watch Starter Squad Episode 8? Ooh, look at me, I'm a big scary ghost. That title, man. Not to interrupt too much, but I totally forgot to say my usual thing, so you guys should absolutely click the link in the description to go to the original first. Alright. Cool, let's go. So for those of you who are curious, for those of you who have been waiting for this, let me say that I'm aware my last Starter Squad reaction video came up about a year ago. It was uploaded about a year ago, mid-January. And the most recent Starter Squad episode actually went up on Shippage's channel 3 months ago. So, am I late? Yes, indeed I am, and I am aware of that. I apologize, I had some depression stuff going on that's not entirely done. I mean, you know, you kind of deal with the whole thing all your life, you know, once you have, I mean, to a large extent. So, but I finally have the motivation to do this, you know. I haven't been watching, like, any anime, any TV shows. I haven't really been watching anything where I would have to, like, involve myself, really, where I'd have to get invested. But now, you know, I'm feeling it today, so we're gonna watch Starter Squad. But with all that said about, you know, me having taken some time, I'd really like to take this opportunity to thank Shippage for his patience. Because, honestly, I'm aware that he actually watches these reaction videos, and I personally think it's really cool of him. I appreciate that support, not only that he allows it, but that he seems to actually enjoy these reaction videos of mine. And so, you know, just thank you again for being patient. And on that note, I thought that I would plug Shippage a little bit and show you some shirts that I got from his, you know, his merch site. Unfortunately, however, those are no longer available for purchase from what I'm able to see, so all I can really do is show them off to you. So yes, unfortunately, you cannot support Shippage monetarily, and that way you can't get these nifty shirts for yourself, unless I'm mistaken, and maybe I am, and you could go talk to Shippage yourself. But if you do want to support Shippage monetarily, might I suggest his Patreon page? So if you would like to support Shippage on his Patreon, please go over to Shippage's channel, check out his About tab, and click the link called Support the Squad. From there, you will be taken to his Patreon page, and on the right side of that page, you can see the 4 options: pledge $1, $5, $10, or $50. And if you'd like, you can actually customize the amount you pledge. So if you wanted to support him a little bit more, you could pledge, say, $15, and you would get the $10, $5, and $1 perk, but nothing above $10. Makes sense, right? So for the record, I want my sprite to be an Alolan Vulpix, and if at all possible, could you make her have one tail, kind of like this? No particular reason, just shameless plug. I'm currently in a Pokemon tabletop campaign on Angel Arts' channel, where that's my Pokemon. If you want to check that out, feel free. So as a quick recap of the last 7 episodes, Squirtle gets chosen by the Pokemon trainer. Bulbasaur and Charmander venture out of Oak's lab, just, I guess, on their own. They just were able to do it. It didn't really explain how, I don't think. And they kill a Caterpie. They meet up with Squirtle and the trainer again in Viridian City. They fight him. Charmander kills the trainer, and Charmander, like, seizes control, basically, becomes the trainer of Bulbasaur and Squirtle. The Caterpie attack them again, but they manage to get away, mostly due to Squirtle's dumb luck in that case. Then they fight a Hitmonchan, and the Hitmonchan essentially becomes Missing No. And in that episode, I think, is where we had the biggest character development, with Charmander learning to empathize a little bit more. Forest King, it seemed like the most fillery episode to me, where a few new characters were established, sure, but the plot didn't really go anywhere. I think it was more to establish, like, look, the character development in particular that we've established in the previous episode, it actually still matters, and it's still carrying through. Like, we get to see more of that, but no new huge development really happened in that episode. And then Caterpie comes back again, Bulbasaur and Charmander get poisoned, and I think that's where we last saw them, and Squirtle is taken basically to the Caterpie lair, is named Bluey now, and they're gonna fight against Charmander, I assume. So yeah, I think I caught you up there. So I think the biggest thing for me in this series has been the character development overall, because I mean, so plot obviously is important, but you look at slice of life anime, for instance, and you can see the plot doesn't have to be anything huge, and it's largely driven by characters, and I like that sort of thing. I like character development and character-driven stories in general. Not to say that others are bad, but yeah, I think that this has been a really interesting series so far in seeing how Charmander seems to react to everything and how those around him react to him, you know? So the most intriguing character to me is Squirtle, because he's the one who really seems to be fighting back against Charmander and his nasty, like, psychopathic seeming tendencies. But it's interesting the more we see Charmander too, because we're learning he's not just, like, mad, you know? There must be something like in his background, I would think, that would make him so anti-trainer, you know, so against that human control. But as a Charmander, and the first time we see him in Pokemon, like in Oak's lab, I have to wonder what actually could have happened. Did he just hear stories, or did he actually have a bad experience? I don't know. But yes, now we have, ooh, look at me, I'm a big scary ghost. So with that, let's get to watching. And play. Oh. No longer poisoned.
What's going
on? Jeez. Here, eat this. It cures poison.
What a nice guy.
Oh, poison, huh? Wow. You're lucky I found you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're the ones who found me because your friend Bulbasaur is the one who brought...
Charmander, you're up!
Oh!
Isn't this place amazing? These berries are the best things I've ever eaten. And there's so many, and they're all free.
Well, technically they're mine. Everyone just sort of takes them.
Oh, you've got to try the blue ones. They're my favorite. Squirtle! Oh, we have to get him back. He's... Where are we?
That's a good question.
We're in trees.
Actually, we're north of Route 8.
That doesn't help me. Squirtle would know where that is. Can't believe
I don't.
Let this happen. Stupid.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. We all make mistakes. I actually think they can be pretty useful.
Yeah.
You know, they say every mistake is an opportunity to learn something new and improve yourself.
That's true, yeah.
What the hell are you supposed to be?
I'm Sentru.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Okay, focus. Where would they take
Such a dick. Hey, look, it's him.
Is that bird?
Oh, do you know him? Because he's here quite a lot.
Yeah,
What?
I can imagine
yeah,
that.
do you think you could get him to... Oh, all right. You're walking away. No, that's fine.
You.
Poor Sandra.
Don't sup me. You led us on a wild goose chase, and you knew there were poison-curing berries here this whole time.
I did? I'm hilarious.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to him. He has...
Yes?
Nobody likes him.
Put this in your mouth.
Okay. You. Empathy.
There we go, empathy.
Okay.
Think about it.
Listen. You know those green worms we always hunt for food?
Let me guess. One of them decided to bite back, and you're here because it trained a Nidoran to poison you.
How did you know that?
See, that's the difference between you and me. I'm smart. And unlike you, I actually pay attention to what's going on around me.
The same exact thing keeps happening to him. That's why he keeps coming here.
Hey, Tubby, shut up.
Sorry, I'll stop talking.
Well, I don't know about you, but I refuse to be pushed around by my food.
That's right.
Okay, cool.
And so should you. Look, you and I, we're predators. Maybe the worms can cheap shot us, but if we take them on together, they don't stand a chance. I say we team up.
Oh.
Remind them who the prey is.
Well, I am sick of eating just these berries. Alright, I'm game. Let's do it.
Awesome.
So chill.
Where are they?
They nest in Viridian Forest. It's about 3 clicks that way.
That way, huh?
Yep.
All right. In that case, we're going this way.
What?
Come on, Bulbasaur.
Wait, no. I was being serious this time.
Don't care, you suck.
Okay.
What was that?
Oh, no, nothing. I'm somewhere else now.
Yeah, you be somewhere else.
Just let him enjoy his berries. Ooh.
Damn it.
We're
I
here.
never thought that would work. We're never gonna find him like this. Hey, I know. Let's ask around. Maybe someone's seen him nearby. How
Yeah, maybe.
No, we're not gonna do that. Aw, okay. See, that's your problem, Bulbasaur. Squirtle at least knows how to stand up to me. You just go along with everything I say. That's not true. Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. It probably is. And now we're just gonna keep wandering around because we don't have any other strategies.
Maybe we should go into that tower.
Maybe we should
Yeah.
go into that tower. The tower? Why?
If we climb to the top, we'll have a better view of where we are.
If we climb to the top, we'll have a better view of where we are. You know, you really should come up with your own ideas rather than letting ghosts tell you what to do. Huh? Oh, not a bad idea, though. Maybe we
I was assuming he couldn't see the hunter. But either way, Charmander's clearly down. Doesn't seem like a trap at all to him.
Supposed to be.
Huh. It looks like they want us to walk around some kind of maze. Or we could just, you know, walk between them. Which is what I'm gonna do.
Use a fire attack.
I think this whole place was built just to scare you.
I'm enjoying it so far.
Of course you are.
What does he not enjoy? He's just a happy guy.
What? Does every floor look exactly the same?
No, wait, look. The maze pattern looks slightly different this time.
Yeah.
That's stupid. See? It doesn't work. I expected it that time.
Hey, Mr. Ball. Have you seen our friend Squirtle around?
Doesn't sound happy.
Ooh, real spooky tower.
Do you think we're actually
Any
gonna
other
see, like,
tricks?
Ghost
At least different
Marowak?
noises? Or are you just gonna keep doing the same thing over and... Well, that's different.
Oh.
I'm not having as much fun anymore.
Oh, please. Someone's just trying to scare us away.
But
If they don't want us here, that makes me want to be here even more.
Ah.
Nobody tells me where I can't be.
Yeah, that's right. Assert your dominance. That's smart.
Huh. I don't buy it.
There's a lot of
They're
them.
trying way too hard.
but,
Come on, Bulbasaur. If someone wanted us dead, they would just kill us. They wouldn't tell us they were gonna do it. Besides, it was your idea
Just
to come here
targeting
in the
him.
first place. And if you're gonna suggest something like that, you'd better stick to it.
Well, that's the thing. Hi. Wait, no. Don't. Okay. He's had enough. He's done.
No. Stop. What is this?
Huh. I knew it wasn't real.
How'd you break it off anyway?
No changing the subject. You answer me. What did you think this would do?
I was attacking you.
I was a giant demon. You literally saw me eat you. Did you think this would work?
Well, it worked better than I thought it would.
If this were a real scenario, you would have died.
But it wasn't, so it doesn't matter. Now, are you gonna attack me or what?
You arrogant child. I've already begun my attack. The moment you crossed into this domain, you sealed your fate.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what it means to be afraid? Do you understand your own fears? You will. And you won't know anything else. Because I don't create the fear.
Whoa. It did work really well on Bulbasaur, at least.
The hell was that? Whatever.
It's
Come on,
unfazed.
Bulbasaur. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, like, dude, he left a long time ago.
Back up. Told you it was just. Wait. That wasn't. Wait.
Oh, snap.
Jeez.
Really? Really?
Well, congratulations. You scared me or whatever.
First of all, that wasn't me. I was setting up tension before someone decided to be rude. Second, that wasn't scary, that was startling.
Yes,
What's the
it was.
difference?
There is a huge and important difference.
I agree.
By the way, this is what you turn into after you die. That thought alone should existentially cripple you.
I don't care about any of this. Take me to the top of this tower.
Simpleton. You can't just climb the tower, you have to experience the tower.
Hey, Charmander. So, did you defeat the monster?
Surprisingly calm.
Sure, why not? Let's just keep going.
Is it? What even does that mean? I wonder what that is backwards.
Maybe coming in here was a mistake. No. No. Oh, no. What?
Don't you see? We're already dead. That ghost killed us, and we didn't even realize it. Now we're trapped here, doomed to walk the same path for the rest of our eternity. The ghost didn't just take our lives, he took our souls.
Yeah, you're not Bulbasaur.
Okay, fine. I may not be Bulbasaur, but where is Bulbasaur? And for that matter, where are you?
Wherever I am, it's not scary.
Are you sure about that?
That stool over there is laughing at me.
It is.
Why would that scare me?
But why is the stool laughing at you? You're not very funny. Why would it be laughing at you?
Charmander, I don't know if I want to... Oh, wait, never mind. I like this room.
Maybe I'm overthinking this one. I'm not accustomed to working with the dull.
Oh,
That's
hey,
fair.
you're the ghost from my idea. Have you seen our friend Squirtle? He's blue, and he has a shell, and he talks like this.
It's no use, Bulbasaur. He doesn't want to help us. He's just trying to scare us for some dumb reason. The only one who really wanted to help was Squirtle, and now he's gone. I spent so much time trying to shut him up, but Squirtle actually knew how to solve our problems.
That's right.
We can't do this without him.
Cheer up, friend, for it is I, Squirtle. Let us continue our adventures together.
He tried based on the description.
That's not even close to what he looks like.
You're supposed to engage with it. Part of the horror experience is suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
Okay, fine. A spooky ghost. No. Happy?
Don't look happy.
I'm having a pretty good day so far.
That's good,
You
Bulbasaur.
are by far the most tasteless and unpleasant individuals that I have ever had the dissatisfaction of dealing with.
Excuse me? All I wanted to do was climb the tower. You're the one insisting on doing this spooky dooky haunted house crap. I have real enemies that are trying to kill me. All you're doing is pretending, and none of it is scary because none of it is real.
I think that one's real.
Hey, look, it's not working. Just tell me what I have to do.
It's beautiful. It's so perfect. A statement on the existential dread of our binary existence. Horror expressed via the pure agony of being in a simulated reality where being itself is completely meaningless.
You should move.
Done. I'm not gonna humor this anymore. I have had enough of your tricks. Either fight me or leave me alone.
Charmander.
I tried empathy. I went along with your spooky thing or whatever.
Kind of.
Now it's your turn. You're a Pokemon, just like me. And Pokemon fight. So fight me. Come on. Fight me.
Do not touch that!
Oh snap. There's a Mewtwo.
Crawl back into the nothingness from whence you came!
Wow.
You! Do you have any idea what you've done? Your actions have doomed us all! Oh, you're incredibly lucky that I don't have the time. If I did, I would make you suffer! I'd let you feel all the pain and burden you've loaded onto me! Do you enjoy sleeping? I know I used to!
Excuse me, Mr. Floating Guy? I know you're busy choking my friend and all, but I was wondering if you'd seen my other friend Squirtle around. We lost him, and I guess we're kind of lost too.
You know what? You created this mess. It should be your responsibility to clean it up. Come here.
He's not fully aware of the mess yet, so.
Viridian Forest. The third starter is located at this spot exactly.
Where is he?
I suppose he's down, underground. So dig downwards until you find him, then come find me.
Why didn't you just take us underground?
Teleportation is an extremely risky. I don't have time for this. You dig now!
Poor Sandra.
Cerulean Cave. You got that? I'll be in Cerulean Cave. Come back and find me there. Cerulean Cave. And if you see anything that doesn't look real, do not touch it.
Well, whatever that was, it finally gave me a straight answer. That's all I needed to hear. Let's go.
Charmander, wait. Do we really just want to go along with this? I mean, we don't know what's down there. Maybe instead of just following whatever the guy...
Stop talking. Doesn't matter what you're about to say. As soon as you're finished talking, you're gonna go in anyway. Oh, and look, you are finished talking. So go.
Ah, okay.
Squirtle, you better be in there.
All right, well there we have it. I see. Okay, yeah. So here's all this stuff. Yep. Oh, and look at those squad supporters. You could be one too, guys. Yeah. And with that, the episode is complete, so now it's time to talk about it. So, I can say that I definitely did enjoy this episode. There were some parts where I thought it was going in a different direction, and then, you know, it took a turn. And what I could say, I think, is typical Starter Squad fashion, where I'm left, like, wondering what it could have been, but I'm totally satisfied with where it went. The part in particular that I'm referring to here is seeing Charmander's fears beginning to manifest. I think could have been really interesting, but then it was ruined, you know, by the Ghastly doing its little jump scare bleh thing. Like I said, in Starter Squad fashion, that was funny, and it did lead up to more. Like, it did continue from there, and so it made sense. But I was really curious to see, because I'm wondering, like, the Haunter obviously wasn't perfect at what he was trying to do. You know, he couldn't see exactly what would make people afraid. I think he just had the basic ideas, and then he had to sort of test the waters with different Pokemon and see what actually would trigger them. But that last one, you know, before, again, that little Ghastly jump scare, where Charmander went back down the stairs, and then, you know, he realized, like, he was in a different room, he looked back, and the stairs were gone, there were no exits, and then he slowly turned around and there was a trainer. I thought that was a really interesting part, because whether or not the Haunter seemed to be guessing, or whether or not that actually was, you know, a real sort of manifestation of Charmander's actual fears, it seemed like it was accurate, because again, there's a trainer, which, you know, the Haunter, how could he have known that Charmander had such, you know, a negative feeling towards trainers in general, toward that sort of trainer Pokemon ownership, you know? And so I thought that part was, I thought it was really interesting, and that's why I'm disappointed a little bit that it didn't continue on, because we got to see Charmander's fear of, you know, not having control, not being in control of the situation or of his own fate in a way, of the trainer, and what that means for his identity, and, you know, how he carries himself, how he thinks of himself in general, because I don't think that it is just a loathing for trainers. I think there is fear, you know, that is sort of the base of all of that. Again, I don't know, like, where that came from in Charmander's life, whether he had a bad experience or he heard bad things, or he just, you know, with the way he is, associates those kinds of things with this lack of freedom and lack of control. But I thought it was definitely, it seemed accurate to me, and I wanted to see more of Charmander's reactions and where that would have gone. But, to be fair, like I said, the Ghastly jump scare was funny. The Haunter's little rant after that was funny. So, it was good. I did definitely enjoy this episode overall, like I said. I saw the whole Bulbasaur not really being Bulbasaur but Haunter thing coming. I was about to say that. You could find the part where I started to speak and then, like, stopped before that point, but because I didn't want to interrupt. I'm like, whatever, I'll just let it go. And that doesn't matter if you could see some things coming, like, that's fine. As long as it's, like, well executed, and I think it was. I thought that it was really cool seeing some of the models that were used, like for the Fear Haunter. I thought that was really awesome. You know, like when he ate Charmander doll. Bit of some clipping issues, I feel, with Charmander crawling away, but what do you do? Aside from that, and, you know, like the Haunter fear model and everything, I think that clipping and the animation in general was done really well, especially when Haunter was like floating around and going through things and peeking up behind stuff to scare Charmander. I thought it looked really cool, especially for a ghost Pokemon, where not only is like the clipping thing acceptable, but I think he made good use of it. I really think that it was cool when Missing No showed up, because one, the timing was just pretty good for it, and it's showing that, yeah, this really is an important part of this series. And I think that is telling, like, a little more so about where the plot of this series is actually going. Because obviously, this, the Missing No thing happened, you know, a few episodes back. And we have seen it persist a little bit, but it's almost persisted in the way that, like, just Easter eggs kind of would, you know? Like, it would appear in the bottom corner or whatever is what people, I think, were telling me. But now, like, especially with it showing up again in the manner that it did and in absorbing Haunter, and then Mewtwo of all Pokemon, like, Mewtwo himself showing up to stop it, like, that shows this has to be one of the key elements of the plot. You know, it's not just something that happened to show, like, this is how this universe works, and this is, like, this shows the lengths to which Charmander will go because he just doesn't empathize or sympathize with people. It's more than that. It's actually a key plot point, and I do look forward to it. Another thing that I thought was really cool about this episode was, one, it got to show actually how the dynamic of Bulbasaur and Charmander worked a little bit more, because my favorite dynamic was Charmander and Squirtle, because with Charmander and Bulbasaur, it kind of, I mean, it's like what was touched on here. Bulbasaur is just kind of a yes man. He'll just say yes to everything, which was a little bit hypocritical of Charmander at the end for Bulbasaur to be voicing his own opinion and then Charmander to just shut him down right away. But, you know, whatever. It's Charmander. But then, like, with Mewtwo, you know, Mewtwo's choking Charmander, and then Bulbasaur kind of steps up as this naive sort of voice of reason, you know? Like, he's not as reasonable as Squirtle, and he certainly isn't as assertive in that sense. But if Bulbasaur weren't there, I don't know how things would have gone between Mewtwo and Charmander. That sort of thing. So having that dynamic of this character who's so brash and just rushes into everything and is unfazed, and then you have his sort of contrast of the really timid, finds everything amusing instead of, like, annoying. It was good. It was good. And then I think the last thing to really touch on, I mean, okay, no, I guess I could touch really quick just on the Sandshrew. Poor little guy. I don't think that character has to be recurring because he played his part. You know, it makes sense that there would be, like, some Pokemon sort of governing over the fields of berries, and he did say that they were his berries, so I imagine that he would, for the most part, just stay there. But he played his part, you know, he was there, he was the guide. His personality, poor guy, just walked on by everyone, you know? Everyone just steps over him, it's so sad. But I thought he was fun. And then he served his purpose with digging into the tunnel. But given that he was digging, I assume that he'll at least be in the next episode a little bit, in order to help show the way, but I don't know. Just because of his personality too, and what little we know about him, I don't see him being a big contender in future episodes. Unless he's gonna have some big development too, but I'd wonder if it would be necessarily smart to have his development going alongside with the other three now that we're gonna have them meet up again. Because on top of that, we have the Missing No issue, and we have the Caterpie issue, and, well, that sort of deal in general. Again, I can only see, like, so far ahead. I don't know exactly what Shippage is planning. Like, that would be weird if I did. I'm not that smart. And so I'm sure that if he did plan on having the Sandshrew be a recurring thing, like, he could make it work. I just don't know how he plans to do anything. I mean, up until this episode, I didn't realize that Missing No was going to be as important a plot point as it apparently is. And I certainly don't fault the series for that. I think that it is a cool direction, and I would like to see what happens from there. I think the last thing that I wanted to say that I didn't touch on yet was specifically how they spoke about Squirtle, because I believe in my last reaction video I mentioned that I was most interested in seeing Squirtle again, but if the next episode, this one, had to be about Charmander and Bulbasaur, I'd at least like to see how their, you know, interactions and development went, and the dynamic there, excuse me. And we did. I think we really did. I was wondering at first in this episode how they were going to tie in, you know, the tower with everything that was going on, especially considering they went the wrong direction. But it did work out. It was a fitting place for Missing No to appear and for Mewtwo to appear, and then Mewtwo was able to teleport them back, so like the distance wasn't an issue, etc. But as I was saying, the way that they talked about Squirtle being the smart one, being the reasonable one, how he would have known where the location of the berries were, how he would have known what this or that meant, how he had the answers to their problems. Then we see, you know, Charmander specifically going over the empathy thing that Squirtle was teaching him, and so it's just really important to me, partly because Squirtle's my favorite character, but mostly just because of the character dynamics, relationships, interaction, development, all that we've seen. I know a lot of that has big overlaps, but whatever. That we've seen between the characters. Squirtle is like the big driving force for change. Charmander's the big driving force so far as I see it for the plot development, and Squirtle is the big driving force as I see it for the character development. Obviously, other characters, you know, side characters or not, will affect both plot and character. But I think that those two are the biggest pushers, whereas Bulbasaur is kind of, he just sort of settles everything, you know? Like I said, he's the innocent one, even if he has the sociopathic tendencies of wearing dismembered body parts. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed my reaction. I do apologize that it's 3 months late, but I hope that it was entertaining all the same. And with that, let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments below. You know, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth. You certainly don't have to agree with me on any of the points that I made, but if you would like to have discussions, that'd be cool. Just make sure that you don't flame people. You know, discussions are one thing, but then just flat out yelling at someone, calling them stupid, whatever, that's dumb. Like, that's dumb. Don't do that. Cool? Alright, cool. Then, with that, we're calling it here. Cue outro, go!